Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to a cat versus mouse tier list video. Uh, I'm gonna be ranking most of these since I think there's a lot here and they require a second part. So yeah, some of these are a little bit lower quality because there are so many. I think there's like 97 here. That's a lot. Link in the description. So yeah, let's get started, I guess. First with the bouncy ball here, I'm just gonna immediately put it in C. It's not bad, it's not good, it's decent. It's a decent early game staller. We're gonna go ahead and go on to wall as well. Wall is slightly stronger. I'd say wall and slime are on par, but slime definitely has more potential since it has percentage-based slowdown. And so I'm just gonna put wall. I'm definitely gonna put wall above bouncy ball here, and then slime. Slime is slightly more expensive, but I mean I think it's worth for what it can do. I'm gonna put it above ball. I used to like pointy ball. It's pointy ball. I used to like pointy ball, but now like I nerfed it. And then like it also like early on you don't really want to have too much damage. You want to mostly have a bunch of stall, and pointy ball removes quite a bit of a stall, so I'm gonna put it below bouncy ball actually. Later on though it is better. So I mean this thing has 4 DPS. That's most than some of the towers. I don't know. I'm just gonna put it above bouncy ball right there. I'm gonna skip the secondaries and we're just gonna go and move on to the cannon now. Cannon would also be in C. I'd put it. It's not really a use for cannon. I mean, like pointy ball has a lot more DPS, which is a problem. So it's not very good early game. It does have some stall potential. It's also good for kittens. It's a good kitten counter. Cannon, I honestly might put it below bouncy ball. Honestly, I don't think it's too bad. I mean, it is pretty inconsistent. I don't know how I feel about putting it in D, since kittens, like, you know, kittens are, yeah. I'm gonna put it below bouncy ball. Next we have water shooter. In my community, I feel like water shooter is slightly overrated in my opinion. It's very consistent. It has very consistent stalling, but in my opinion, it's pretty overrated. It's not bad though. Definitely put it. Actually, I'm pretty sure water shooter has the same DPS as the cannon, so that's pretty cool. It does do damage though, but it can help with dash. Can help with dashing. I don't know if I want to. I'd say it's pretty on par with slime. It is more expensive, so I'll put it below slime. I'm gonna put it below slime. And then we have pyromancy. Alright, sorry for the bit of a pause there, but anyways, pyromancy. It got a pretty big buff recently, which made it a very nice DPS tower. So I'm gonna rank it like an overall. Okay, here, do I agree with what I have? Pointy ball is definitely more useful late. I'm gonna put it above. Slime is very useful late game still, so water shooter has more DPS. I think it's good. Okay, so pyromancy, it's mainly pure DPS for mid game and late game. It's really good at it. The recent buff made it better for kittens as well, so I'm gonna put it in B tier. Next we have range. This is different from the cannon. It's basically just more like it fires faster and also has more range. It only costs 15. It's pretty cheap, so it's pretty cost effective. But if you need DPS, I mean like the paths of it are pretty okay mid game DPS. Like if you need mid-game DPS, like this is pretty okay. But this upgrade in general is not that good, honestly. I don't know whether to put it in low D or E. I don't know why I didn't E tier. Okay, might as well make use of the E tier. Just put it on E. Let me see if I can find the next one. Ah, yeah, Signal Repeater. Signal Repeater. Early on, it's not that good. It only gives a range buff, so I'm gonna put it in D. And it's also worse in the Unstable Cave map, like so much worse. So I think D is reasonable. My opinion. Utilities Factory, this is gonna be... do I want to E tier? I'm gonna put it on B. I'm gonna put it high B. This thing, it doesn't do too much, but it's definitely a fail-safe. Like for kittens, Utilities Factory, like if I forget to get AoE or if I forget to, for example, I'm going for a different path, not pointy ball, like Utilities Factory saves the run. But sometimes I just forget about kittens, because kittens cannot be targeted, but they can trigger landmines and stuff like that, so they do take damage from this. Now the unfortunate part is that it does half the damage to kittens, but early on, or like when the kittens first spawn in, that's not really that big of a problem. And if you clump them together, then it really doesn't matter. Scratching Post, early on this thing is not that great, honestly. It's okay. I'm gonna put it low E. I don't know if I would put it on F, I'm gonna put it on low E, honestly. Because like it doesn't do much unless you get the upgrades. It's pretty like bad without upgrades. Tranquilizer is A. Tranquilizer is A. Some people in my community, they honestly underestimate Tranquilizer, or I don't see them using Tranquilizer much. I see them using water instead. I think this is better since it has less DPS, which allows it to be used very well for early game stall. And the sleep also can affect throughout mid-game. And then I'd say like the weaponized cat, I call it the weaponized cat, like in game it's called the MKIICC. Cats above that cannot be stunned or slept by the Tranquilizer, but throughout early and mid-game this thing is pretty good, honestly. And then Frostflare is not good. I'm planning on buffing it, but right now it's what it does is good, but the price is horrid. 2,500, that's so much, and it barely does anything. Like, okay, like the stalling is really strong, but like who in their right mind would save up 2,500 for a tower that stalls and doesn't work like past wave 30? Yes, there's more than 30 waves. Right now there's only 30 waves, but there's gonna be more than 30 waves. So there's gonna be a buff to this. Maybe I'll add like crippling as well, just like absolute zero. Where is it? Yeah, just like absolute zero. But right now it's staying in F. I guess we can move on to the Signal Repeater upgrades now. So we have Reveal Invisible. This is, I'd say, this thing is like necessary in almost every run. You can do like runs without it, but if you're doing 4 seasons, it's either S or B. It's not that needed if you're not doing 4 seasons. Like there are circumstances where this thing is like just necessary, and sometimes it's like you don't need it. So I'm just gonna put it in A. I don't know if I want to put it below Tranquilizer or above it, so I'm just gonna put below. But I mean, I'm gonna put it below. Next up, I think this is Signal Distraction. This thing is only useful if you have skill issue. I don't use it much, but when I do use it, it does actually help quite a bit. If you kind of just want chill gameplay, I guess you could use this. It's okay. If you're new at the game, this is pretty good, and it can also group up kittens, I believe. So you could do some pretty nice strategies with this if you pair it up with like AoE towers. For me though, I think honestly I might put it in low B. I might put it on low. Tower discount, you can get some pretty good savings with tower discount, honestly. That's gonna be like somewhere in B. I don't know if it's good enough to put it in A, since max level is not affected. It pairs well with scratching post, I guess. Okay, it works. It also works well with Tranquilizer. You can see a lot of money. I put it on high B. It's either high B or low A. I think it doesn't really deserve A, but it is very like it's pretty cheap, so you can save a lot of money with it. But it also removes a lot of the other functionalities of signal repeater and like, get hit detection. So if you compare it to everything else, I'd say it's a B. Next up we have this. I think this is Sentry. Sentry. I used to like Sentry, but after like actually playing my game, I think it's kind of overrated for me. I don't know what my community thinks about Sentry. I know not many of them use it, I think, but yeah, I used to like it. But now it's like I'm gonna put it in a. I'm not sure I'm gonna put it in. I mean, if you pair it with Cripple Fire, I guess, but like at that point, like why? If you're doing a Cripple Fire loadout, I guess it's good. To be honest though, there's not much use to it. It also removes the ability to damage kittens. I honestly put it on a high D or a low C, but there's already a lot in C, so I'm gonna put it in a high D. Next we have this is the Stronger Landmines upgrade. Stronger Landmines definitely helps out. It's not that bad. I mean, it's not that good, but it's also not that bad. Definitely above Utilities Factory, but I don't know if I should put it above discount. I think I'm gonna put it below discount. Yeah. Then we have Trapper. I like to use Trapper, honestly. I like to use Trapper. It's also I think the cheapest upgrade. I'm a developer. How do I not know? I'm pretty sure this is the cheapest upgrade that you can get for Utilities Factory. So, and it's pretty efficient at best. It mainly focuses on kittens rather than cats. But unlike the landmines which explode, so it's kind of limited what it can do. But if you can group up the kittens together, you basically get the same output anyway. So I think I put it on a high B. I think high B is decent. So it looks like we are paired B and C. Alright, let's see. We have this is other sources scratching post. Definitely better. This is definitely better. I might put it I'm gonna put it in middle C maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in middle C. Mood gain. I buffed this recently. Or well, the cash system got buffed. So it's pretty decent. I don't know if I would put it above. It does take some time. And health is something that you can lose a lot of. So I want to put it in low wall. It can be useful. I'm gonna put it. I'm honestly gonna put it in low wall. That's probably a bad idea. Let me move that. I'm gonna move that above wall. And then we have this one right here, which is extra payment. This gets buffed better, but honestly, it's not that big of a difference. It's slightly more expensive. It's pretty on par, to be honest, with other sources. I'm gonna put it like it has a slight advantage. So I'm gonna put it like right above it. It's slightly better, slightly better. Okay, and then for our last tree for this video, there's a lot more I need to cover. Tranquilizer. What is that? Stronger fire. Yeah, I think it's stronger fire. This just increases the damage. Honestly, like, it ruins the Tranquilizer's main purpose. If you need damage, just go for the cannon, honestly. It's more expensive than... Wait, is it more expensive? Yeah, it is. Actually, yeah, of course it's more expensive. It's more expensive than Pyromancy, so it's definitely below... It has to be like some C tier. But if I'm going to be honest, like, the reason why you would normally get Tranquilizer early on, you don't want to get stronger fire ring. You either want to just skip it to get like one of the other upgrades if you need DPS. Stronger fire ring is not something you should get if you want DPS. So I'm gonna put it mid D. Next we have, I think this is longer naps, I believe. Longer naps, this is decent. Compared to Drowsy though, Drowsy is much more consistent with its stall, even though the slowdown isn't much. Longer naps, you know, just increases its sleep time, which I don't know how that compares with Drowsy. I think it's slightly worse than Drowsy. How much is Drowsy actually? Drowsy, I think longer naps cost more. Yeah, longer naps cost more. Actually, it costs a bit more, so I'm probably gonna put it... I'm actually probably gonna put it below... Actually no, I'm gonna put it... I don't think it deserves A. I'm gonna put it mid B. And then Drowsy probably just right above it, because there's not much of a difference. There you go. And that's all for today's tier list. There's a lot more I need to cover, but I'm gonna cover these in a next video. There's like I said, there's like 97 of these. This is only like, how much is this? Search purification. 18, and then I think I'm covering 7 towers here. So there's 25 I think here. If I do the quick maths, I'm not counting it, I'm just doing quick maths here. And so yeah, this is the tier list for now. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.